Bayelsa doesn't wake up quietly. The air is heavy before the sun fully rises, thick with moisture, thick with memory, the kind of air that clings to your skin like it knows you. Generators hum like tired insects, traders drag wooden tables onto the roadside. Somewhere nearby, someone is already complaining. I was standing at the bus stop waiting for Keke when I heard them. Two NYSC corps members, fresh khaki, they just came back from Kayama. They came to look for their PPA. Clean boots. And that stiff confidence people have when, life hasn't fully introduced itself yet. One of them laughed and said casually, without drama, "See this Bayelsa where I come, for how many days? I need to leave this town again. Work plenty for years, scatter, but then the indigenes that they complain." He didn't sound angry. He didn't sound arrogant. He sounded certain. And something just went quiet in me. Because this was my home. I grew up here. I knew the flooded roads, that swallow tires during the rainy season. I knew the abandoned projects with the inscriptions that still promised construction ongoing. I knew the offices that file sleep unless you know somebody. I knew the politics, the excuses, the long stories that start with, Nigeria now. Or at least I thought I did. As the Keke finally arrived and I got in, his words stayed behind with me. Not because they were loud, but because they were uncomfortable. They honestly carried a truth that felt like an insult. All my life, I have been taught what was wrong with this place. Nobody ever taught me how to see what was missing and what could be done differently or what could be built. Over the next few days, I started paying attention differently. I saw empty buildings with broken windows and rusted gates. I had always seen them as a symbol of failure, which I still do a little, but then I had to adjust my thinking differently. Where I saw rusted gates and broken ceilings, he saw cheap rent. I saw traders struggling under the sun. He saw broken distribution systems waiting for simple solutions. I saw young people sitting idle with phones in their hands, doom scrolling on TikTok. He saw labor with hunger, energy, and time. It dawned on me that familiarity had done something dangerous to us. We weren't blind because opportunity didn't exist. We were blind because we had seen the same problem for far too long. Over-familiarity doesn't just breed contempt, it breeds numbness. A few days later, I found myself inside the small government office, the fan barely worked. Files were stacked like forgotten promises. The air was slow, time moved reluctantly. A man leaned forward his desk and said quietly, almost politely, "Chairman, anything for your boy?" Not a bribe, a custom. I had heard that sentence all my life. Not what can I build, but who can help me. Not what problem can I solve, but who I sabi. We don't call it begging, we call it connection. We don't call it entitlement, we call it survival. Somewhere along the line, dependency replaced innovation, waiting replaced building, and asking quietly replaced trying loudly. Then I saw the corps members again. And this time, he wasn't talking, he was listening. Standing beside the welder, sketching something on a notepad, asking questions about power supply, river transport, market access, solar ideas, processing ideas. Simple things, not revolutionary, but just practical. He wasn't waiting for permission. He wasn't asking for favors. But most importantly, he wasn't complaining. He wasn't emotionally tied to our disappointments. He didn't inherit our bitterness. He didn't grow up hearing why things don't just work. He arrived empty. And because he arrived empty, he could see. That's when the question started bothering me. What if opportunity is sometimes mistaken for oppression? Just what if? What if the land didn't fail us, but our perception did? What is lost when a people stop looking and start begging? Why do solutions sound like insults for those that have normalized struggle? Foreigners don't prosper in foreign lands because they are smarter. They prosper because they are not emotionally trapped. They are not tangled in our disappointments. They don't carry the weight of "it has always been like this." They arrive without excuses, so they see possibilities. That core member will leave someday, or maybe he won't, like some others that have been here for quite a long time, that you know. But he left me with something heavier than his words, a mirror. And once you've seen your home through the eyes of a stranger, you can't unsee it. Prosperity doesn't always begin with resources. Sometimes it begins with perception, how we see things. And sometimes the most painful mirror is held by someone who just arrived. This is not an attack, it's a mirror. Before you blame your state, your government, or your country, yes, they do have their responsibilities that they fail to do. But ask yourself this: what would a stranger see here that you've stopped looking for? Comment those things. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.